That's the kind of test that affliction does to faith. And it's not for God to find out how good your faith. He knows. He already knows. He doesn't have to give you a test to say, well, maybe Pastor Kevin was studying and he'll do better this time. No, he knows exactly where we are. This is to show us. This is a test to show us. Do I really believe in the Lord? Well, of course I believe. No, wait a minute. I'm not talking about a set of ideas and truths that we agree with. I'm talking about, has God changed your life, and do you have a relationship with Him so much so that whether you are abased or abounding, as Paul says, whether you are in a boat on a nice peaceful lake just waiting for the fish to bite, or whether you are in a boat in the midst of a storm knowing that any minute you're going to die. Where's your faith in each of those situations? Where's your trust in God in those situations? Let me tell you something about faith. The disciples said to Jesus one time after a particular circumstance, they said, Lord, increase our faith. Help us get more faith. And there's a belief system in this world and in parts of the church that believes that faith is something unique to itself. It has some presence or existence apart from you. And if you can get enough of that, however you get that, and that's yours and you possess it, well then you have enough faith to live in this world. And that's a lie. That's a total misconception of what faith is. Faith is an action. Faith is an action. It isn't how much faith you have of how good I feel, how strong I feel that I can get through this or whatever else. No. Faith is an action that is expressed through every situation of life. Do you have faith in the Lord? That's the other part of faith. Faith is not just some object, it has a direction. Faith in the Lord, people have faith in a lot of different things. People have faith in the economy and the stock market. Some have less faith this week. We have faith in the Lord, in who He is, not what He does. Do you have faith in the Lord about your job? Yeah? Yeah? So you live your life and express yourself at your job to make sure that people understand who you are and who Christ is in you because He gave you that job and it's up to Him whether you keep it or not? Do you have faith that the Lord will give you a job if you don't have one? Do you have faith that the Lord will provide for you? Do you express your faith in different circumstances of life? Does the Lord inhabit that? In the book of Proverbs, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Here it comes. Acknowledge Him in all of your ways, and He will make your path straight. That's not just saying, well, I acknowledge you. I'm just give you a little wave, give you a little nod and a wink. I acknowledge that God is in every aspect of my life, and I will live this life in every situation based on who He is and who I am in Him. And so faith, we can have more faith, but it's not about having this big bundle of it that I carry around. It's how many areas of your life do you live by faith in Christ? In a very practical way. And the more times that you depend upon the Lord in walking this life, that's the increase of faith. That's the walk by faith. The walk by faith is trusting the Lord. And here, why am I spending so much time in faith? It doesn't say a lot about it, except Paul says there in verse 2 that He's there to establish you and encourage you concerning your faith, because that's what it's all about for Paul, concern about the Thessalonians, and that's what it is about us. You can pledge your faith to God every day and all you want. But if you don't live your life in that faith, it's just words. It's just words.